Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to discuss about a company called Coinbase. And you as probably know, Coinbase is just recently listed in nasdaq stock exchange. And you probably aware that Coinbase is a company that deals with cryptocurrency exchange. Sadly, this company has not been doing well since its listing. So as you can see in the share here, it is actually kind of dropping since then, since the listing. So in this video, we're going to analyze what is the future like for this particular company. Is it going to go and continue to do bad, or is it going to turn and do something better after this? So that's exactly what we're going to analyze. So if you're interested to know further about this particular company, stay tuned. This is Shah&Co. Please like, share and subscribe. We're going to start very soon. Okay, now we're going to start to analyze this particular Coinbase stock. So as you can see, I have changed the view to a 1 hour chart so that I have more points that I can use in my analysis. Okay, so first I'm going to see the strength of this downtrend. Or perhaps I should tell you that this particular chart is in downtrend. I need to confirm on that first. So I'm going to confirm that by highlighting to you that, okay, now we have high. So the high is getting lower high, and then the low is getting lower low. Similarly here, the low is getting even lower, the high is getting even higher low. Okay, this indicates to us that this particular chart is indeed in a downtrend. So that one is confirmed. Is this downtrend going to continue? Is it going to continue in a downtrend, or is it going to reverse to sideways, or is it going to reverse to some sort of uptrend? So that's what we're going to look into. Okay, to analyze those aspects, I will now try to see the strength of this downtrend. So is the strength of this downtrend increasing? I mean, they're getting more strength to go lower, or are they kind of diminishing? The strength, is it diminishing that it doesn't have any more strength to go further lower, or things like that? That's what we want to look right now. To do that, I need this particular ruler. So I'll take this ruler to measure the what you call the price difference that is achieved. So we'll take the high price here. Okay, I think before that I need to do something. So let me first try to draw the trend lines. I think that is make our analysis easier. So I'm going to take the high point all the way to the low point here. So I'm going to make a line chart there. Okay, next is I'm going to take the low and plot the high. Okay, this will definitely help us in our analysis. So that's why I prefer to do this first. Okay, from there we need to go to all the low here, all the way to the low. And now it is making a high after this. So from the low here, it is making a high. And now it looks like it's trying to go low again, right? So we'll look into that if it's going to go low. Okay, so now we have just enough points for us to do analysis. If you look here, we have one loop, two loop. So we have two loops. So that's the minimum required, and that's the minimum we have. Okay, so now we will try to use our ruler here to do the measurement. So we'll take from the high here all the way to the low here. So try to remember this. The price difference is $180. $180. That is during the first phase of price fall. During the price fall here, we have a fall of $180. Now, and then it went up. Then we're going to look at the second fall. So the second fall, if you take the ruler again, roughly, oops, this is a bit difficult to, okay, this is tricky for me to, okay, roughly, I can't put the exact plot because I can't plot it precisely here. It's around 95, right? That is enough for us. This particular number is enough for us to tell, for us to decide. So it's somewhere around 95 there. So it fell down by $95. Okay, so during the first fall, like it was $180. Second fall is 95. So it's almost half. Right? So it's almost half the fall. Almost half. So how should we interpret this? So we should see it like the sellers are selling heavily in the first round, but the second round the sellers are not that doesn't have that strength to actually to keep selling. So therefore the price has dropped little compared to the first round. So strength wise, the strength of this particular downtrend is getting weaker. So that's number one conclusion. So we can actually take note on that. So we'll put a note here. The strength as the range, the strength of the downtrend is getting weak. Okay. So that's the first summary or other conclusion we can make. Okay, what else we can analyze? So we have seen the strength. Okay, now next we're going to see the power for it to continue to go down. Okay, so there is a slight distinction between strength and power. So when we see power, right, so we're going to look at the power for it to go lower than the previous low. So right now the previous low is the lowest that we have achieved so far. It's here on this particular mouse pointer. So we're going to see if this particular downfall has enough power for it to go lower than this particular low. Whereas the strength to go down means like what we are experiencing here, is still have some strength to continue to go down here. So that's what the strength is saying. We already say the strength is getting weaker, right? And we are seeing that here the strength is somewhat getting weaker. It's not like what we saw in the first phase or second phase where the fall is quite steep, and though it is in a decreasing manner. First round was $180 downfall, second was like 95, but this one is getting weaker. See, so it's still going down. So the downtrend strength is still going down, the strength, but it's weaker. That's the strength. Whereas the power, when we analyze on the power, tells us whether it will go lower than the previous low. Does it have the power to go lower than previous low? So we're going to measure that. So to do that, we will need this Fibonacci tool, Fibonacci retracement. So I'll take the high. So that's why I say the trend line is really helpful for us all the way to this particular low here. I'll just try to extend it to make us easy to read. Okay, so now you see when it falls, when the sellers are were selling, then the buyers come in and they manage to push up. They push up beyond 23%, but they not yet reached 38. So it's somewhere in between. So we can roughly estimate that to be around 30%. So it's just a estimate. So we can say the buyers managed to pull it up by 30%. Okay, so this is just a rough estimate. Okay. So rough thing will do for us. Okay, next is the second round. So sellers are coming in, then the buyers are pushing up. Then we will take this Fibonacci retracement, look at how much they managed to push up. Okay, so now they managed to push up more than 38%. Okay, maybe around 40%. Okay. So it's slightly more than 38, so I will just round it to 40. Okay, so it's about 40%. They managed to pull up by 40%. Okay, so now the first round was push up by buyers by 30%. The second round, the buyers managed to push up by 40%. Okay, so how should we interpret this? So basically, the buyers are getting more courage. They are getting more courage. They're willing to buy when the price has gone down. So from a 30% buy, now they have made it to 40% buy. Okay, so that positively signals to us that the power for it to continue to go down is actually diminished. Okay, it is the power for it to, because now we can see the power is diminishing. So when the power is diminishing from 30% to 40%, the power is getting weak. So it's quite unlikely it's quite unlikely for, let me draw, for this particular price move here to go beyond this particular low point. This is the previous lowest point we have achieved. So for the current low trend, the graph for it to trend lower, it is a bit unlikely for it to go lower than previous low. So in terms of power, it doesn't have power to go lower. Okay, so that's what we're gonna conclude. Okay, so I'm gonna put that second conclusion here. There is no power to go lower than the previous low. Okay, there is no power to go lower than the previous low. Okay, let's confirm that. Okay, so we have two conclusions here. So that using these two conclusions, we can say that this downtrend has already gone weak. So the next thing it can do is actually go sideways or go up. There's only two possibilities. So for it to go lower, it is very, very low probability, very, very low chance. Okay, so that is what we can see from these two analyses. So the next I'm going to bring in price targeting. So I'm going to do price targeting, and we're going to see whether the price targets are being achieved along the way. Okay, I'm going to remove this line. Okay, now we have this trend down line and a trend up. So we're going to now use this particular tool called Fibonacci trend-based retracement. Okay, so we're going to take from the high to the low here. Okay, bring it up. So this particular tool will help us to do targeting. What's the next price target level? So that's basically this trend-based Fibonacci tool going to help us. So now the sellers are, so this particular tool, trend-based Fibonacci, it examines the time domain. So here we can see the sellers are pulling it down for quite long time, but the buyers come in and push the price up in a very short time. So the time we're analyzing at the time. So sellers taking long time to pull down, buyers are actually pulling it up quickly. So that means the strength of the buyers or the sentiment of the buyers is stronger compared to the seller. So according to this theory, this is the arts technique. According to this arts technique, so we will use Fibonacci level for the price to continue to go lower. Actually, it's getting low. Okay, in the Fibonacci analysis of price targeting, there are only three levels we are interested: 0.618. level 1 and level 1.618. So you can see all the Fibonacci levels here, but unfortunately we can only see up to 0.618. The level 1 and 1.61 is further down here, it's not shown. Because the buyers are having good sentiment compared to the sellers here, which take longer time, according to the theory, we should actually fix our target at 0.618. So in other words, our target line is going to be here, 0.618. So we are targeting this particular downtrend is going to touch this particular price, which is around 196. So we are putting the target for it to go low as far as 196. But we can see evidently here, so we were using this particular loop, down, up. Okay, so the next loop we are expecting it to touch that 196, but it didn't, right? We can see clearly here it only touched all the way up to 209. It didn't manage to go to 197. That actually also another positive indication. When the target is not achieved, then it means that the downtrend is having problem. Okay, for a particular downtrend to continue lower, for a downtrend to be continuing in a downtrend, the down target must be achieved. In our case here, the down target was around 196, right? So that particular 196 was not touched, was not achieved. So that means the downtrend itself, there's a question mark whether the downtrend is going to continue. So here, according to current analysis, it is not going to continue. So the downtrend is weakened. It's seriously weakened. So that kind of confirmed with our previous two summary we have done, so that the downtrend is weakening, right? So this again, because the target cannot be achieved, it actually exactly weakened. So the next thing you can do, only it can go sideways or to go uptrend. Okay, so now that is a downtrend target. Now we're going to look at uptrend upside target. So just now was a downside, the downside target. Now we're going to look at the upside. What is the upside for this particular trend? So to do that analysis, again I'm going to use the Fibonacci retracement. So just now I was using this curve, right? But to do the to find the up limit, or rather the up target, we need to use this particular up move and the down move. Okay, so I'm going to use my Fibonacci trend retracement again, from this line to that line, bring it to this line. Okay, now how should we interpret this? Okay, buyers were selling quite fast, but the sellers were taking quite long for them to sell down. Okay, so the buyers are more, this is a higher sentiment for buyers compared to the sellers, because sellers here are taking more time to sell. So that basically tells us that the downside potential is getting weaker. Okay, because the sellers are taking a longer time, the buyers are more they're more courage to buy, something like that. Therefore, we will actually use the Fibonacci level 1.618. Okay, if the sellers manage to sell quick just now here, instead of very long here, if they manage to sell quick, right, then we will use level 0.618. If buyers and sellers take equal time, both buyers and sellers take equal time, then we will use level 1, somewhere around here. So it's only three levels, 1, 0.618 or level 1.618. Okay, so it's neither the case of buyers and sellers equal in the what you call sentiment. So we seeing that buyers are taking shorter time, sellers are taking longer time. So that basically tells us the sellers are not having high sentiment to continue to sell. So the buyers are actually in charge. So there's a high likelihood the price will go even higher. So we are using the level 1.618. So that basically means this particular target. Okay, so now we already know two targets, the down target and also the up target. And we can clearly say both of these targets are not achieved. Neither the down target was achieved. Okay, just fell short of some dollars here. Then the high point is also not achieved. So there's a lot of difference there, right? So what does it tell us? When both the downside and the upside target not achieved, then it tells us that this particular trend is going to go sideways. That's the theory. What the theory of arts technique tells us is it's going to go sideways. So we confirm so far that it's not, the downtrend is going to weaken. The downtrend is already weakened. And now using the targeting, we managed to confirm that it's going to go sideways. It's not going to go uptrend yet, because for it to go uptrend, it needs to touch this particular high target, the up target. It must hit that, but it didn't manage to hit. So therefore, it's going to go sideways. Okay. So that is our analysis for this Coinbase. So if you are planning to take some trade and all that, do know that this particular Coinbase is going to go sideways for some time. So until more data emerge, until more trades happen here and longer time we have, then we need to use the newer data to estimate what's the next future going to look like. As of now, the future looks like it's going to go sideways. Okay, so I will conclude my analysis here. So if you liked my analysis, please continue to watch my videos. To do that, you need to subscribe my channel and click that notify button so that you always get my videos. Also, if you like, please give your comments and also give your like and share this particular video so that more can benefit. Thank you. We'll see you again.